Welcome back to the Realtor Diaries. My name is Elijah McGowan with the Jacobi team at Century 21. And with me, as always, is Kim Jacobi, also of the Jacobi team at Century 21.
Yeah. And if you have a real estate related story that you'd like to share and have us talk about on our podcast, submit your story to the Realtor Diaries podcast at gmail.com. And please like and subscribe to this channel.
Thank you so much. Today, we're talking about pests.
That's right.
I keep saying that like it makes sense, but it's more, it's kind of like creepy crawlies.
It is kind of like creepy crawlies.
It's similar to a season 1 episode we did, yeah.
Yeah, but we're specifically more talking about real estate related inspections where they're looking for like wood destroying pests.
Yeah, that time we were talking about spiders and bats and this and that. And this time we're a little more focused on like the things that you come up in a real estate transaction, which are like termites and dry rot.
Termites and dry rot.
Those are kind of your...
Well, and unless you're me, bats.
True.
Kind of like cursed.
True, it's just like, come up.
What? Another escrow with bats? Okay.
I'm glad that never became a problem in my family. But when I was a kid, we definitely had bats because I remember I was taking piano lessons and my mom got us like an awesome electric piano. I remember the like middle C key was like dysfunctional. Like sometimes it played normally, sometimes it didn't play at all, and sometimes it played.
How else would you know where middle C goes?
But sometimes it played at maximum volume. That has nothing to do with pests, but maybe it does because almost every day, if we left the key like drawer open, that drawing's all over. Like probably not as bad as you're imagining.
In the house?
In the house, yeah. Oh. And so like they would just be there at night. And my mom now kind of tells it as like she would wake up in the middle of the night sometimes, like go get a snack or something from our kitchen, and they would swoop like in the living room. Because we had a vaulted ceiling living room.
Oh, goodness.
It was huge. Like it was giant. And I don't think we ever found out where they were staying, like
crazy
physically in the house, but they would just be living their nighttime lives in there, taking care of the...
Well, you probably were mosquito free in that house.
I know. Like we didn't really have any bug problems in the house. In that way, at least.
Yeah.
Like they were helping out, I guess.
I wonder if they were living in the drawer with the keyboard.
It's very possible.
Because they can get squished down to really small.
Like really small?
1/8 of an inch they can enter into a space.
I mean,
they can flat. I don't know.
Keyboard and piano, they have like nooks and crannies.
That's true. They lived in the keyboard.
No, I doubt it. I doubt it.
In between the keys.
But you have caused a new feeling to her. But yeah, that never became a big problem, but you definitely...
I find it hard to believe 1/8 of an inch. And that's really small.
Yeah.
I think it would be more like 1/4 of an inch at the very smallest.
I mean, an inch, like...
1/8 of an inch?
Like you can get, that's an inch.
Yeah. But bats are tiny. I mean, there's all kinds of bats. Anyways, we don't want to get stuck on bats.
We can talk about bats all day.
Yeah. Apparently, we have a lot of experience with bats.
Apparently.
You and I. No, so in terms of talking about like escrow experiences with pest inspections,
yeah.
I remember this one listing that I had, and I could just tell it was up in the mountains in the outskirts of Oroville here.
Yeah. Like up north towards Berry Creek or?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like up in the hills.
Yep. So actually not mountains. Foothills.
Let's get real specific.
Yeah.
Where exactly was it?
Right.
Give me your coordinates. No.
I'll leave the address out of the story. But the house was built, had wood siding, and a gigantic wood deck. And you could just see visually dry rot.
I can see it.
You know, the bottom of the siding was all jagged. The deck, like, I was like, is this safe to walk on?
So it had been rotting away, like large portions.
For years and years. Yeah. And they had never treated the wood or kept on their house. Yeah. So I said, you know what, guys, in order to sell this, we're going to need to put our cards on the table for our buyer. And so let's get a pest inspection ahead of time before we go on the market so that the buyers that write an offer already know what they're offering on.
Yeah. And that's a good, like, open and honest strategy, especially if you're selling as is.
Yep.
If your seller doesn't have a ton of cash to throw at problems.
Oh, they would not have had the money to do all the work. So when you get the report back, usually page 1 has this very like stick figure diagram of the house, the floor plan. And then the inspector will put like numbers and letters that relate to the different findings later in the report.
Yeah, absolutely.
So usually we see like, okay, if this, imagine a rectangle in your mind.
That's the house.
That's the house. So we might see like a couple numbers in one corner and maybe another 3 numbers on a long
So that's like
side.
the stuff they found.
Yeah. Well, this one, it was so full of numbers that he had numbers out in the margins because there were so many numbers. It was the most full pest report I'd ever seen.
Wow.
It was so much that he didn't even give a bid to how much it would have cost.
Just because
it would have taken him hours and hours and hours to bid that out.
It would have been work to tell you how much work.
Because it wasn't just the siding in the deck. And the thing is about pest, reports is they have like, not laws, but standards that they have to follow with the report.
Yes.
So they can't just be like the whole deck. Like anytime they see dry rot or fungus, they have to mark it.
Say this area of this portion of the house.
Right. And they are allowed to, like on some structures, like for the deck, for example, let's say the entire face of the deck needed to be redone. They could put 1 letter number for that. And then in the report, like let's say 11A was the deck. You could say replace deck, the top wood of the deck. But then the substructure has to be acknowledged as separate. And then the handrails. And then,
so they have to like granularly break it down.
Yeah. And then if the siding, if you even have one section that doesn't have dry rot, but the whole rest of it does, you have to indicate where that section of non-dry rot is by using the letters and numbers of where it is. And so anyways, it was, we did manage to sell that house. It was a good deal, but the buyer who bought it,
had a lot to deal with.
Not a lot to deal with. Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot more rough than mine. Because I was thinking
that was my worst one ever.
My first ever deal. And of course, I think you helped walk me through a lot of it. But I mean, of course, you guys have encouraged me to like do it on my own because that's a really good way to learn.
Yes.
And so I had this first ever pest report, and there was a dollar amount, and it was like $3,800.
Yeah.
And this was a $200,000 house.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
that's not good.
That doesn't seem very good.
Yeah.
Of course, it was separated into section 1 and 2 and all of that. But the main charge was almost $3,000 for it was a manufactured home on the Pier and Coast Foundation, 433A. And it was a foundation termite problem. Like the tubes were going up into one of the posts, I think, or multiple of them. And so it was like this, like you have to treat the termites and you have to replace parts of the foundation. And that was like a big job.
Yeah.
And I just remember it being so like jarring, especially for my first ever pest report. But it turned out fine. Like it was, we did it with a credit, and my buyers were totally willing to take care of it. And like I was kind of freaking out on the inside while being like, okay, here's what we're seeing and what we're doing. And they're like, what are options? I'm like, well, we can ask them to fix it and they'll probably send us a credit. And everything was fine. And I'm really thankful that it was. But definitely there was a couple hours before I was able to call them because they were at work. It's like, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I know. Like, how are they going to take this? So for those of you watching and listening, maybe you're not sure how that credit would work. Basically, the seller's going to credit the buyers that $3,000 something
instead of fixing the problem for us before.
So then the buyers will use that credit to go towards their closing costs, leaving that money in their pocket that they would have paid towards the closing costs. And then the buyers will take care of the issue later after they already own the house.
Yeah.
Do you know if they ever did?
I don't.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna follow up with them near Thanksgiving. That's kind of when I do all my like thankfulness outreach.
I bet you they didn't.
I know. That's
I bet you they never did, and that happens so much. Like people get these credits, and it's so important to them, and then they never get around to doing it.
I know, but I mean, I think our guest is like one guy you can turn to if you're ready to get out and do it.
Definitely. Check them out.
Heck yeah. I'd like to welcome our special guest today, Jake Smith with Hunter's Pest Control. He's worked for the company for 4 years. He went on as a technician and worked his way up to management. Seems like they've taken really good care of you. He represents the company super well, and we're super happy to have you on today.
Thanks, guys. I'm really glad to be here. I did meet Kim a while ago in BNI, a networking group, and it's just been a blast working with her. And I've met you, Elijah, before. A couple trade shows I think I saw you at as well, being part of the team. But it's really great to be here and represent my family's company.
And so to remind us and let people know, where do you guys operate?
So we actually operate from the Oregon border all the way down to San Francisco. Okay. We have 2 branches right now, looking at opening a possible third just to help our expansion go through.
Awesome.
That's a huge territory.
Very big.
How many trucks do you have?
In our fleet right now, we run about 10 to 15 trucks. So,
wow.
So we had a lot of trucks going, a lot of guys out consistently going and checking up on accounts. One of our biggest things that we pride ourselves on is our quality control system. So we send our guys out even after they've done a job. We'll go back out and quality control that, or the customer will receive a phone call saying, hey, how'd my technician do? How'd the service go? We noticed that a lot of other companies don't do that. So we really pride ourselves on that.
I know we get our pest control at our house.
Yeah.
Hunters. And I'm always really impressed with that phone call that I get a day or a couple days afterwards. How'd they do? Or any problems? And I'm like, no, we're great. Thanks.
Fortunate in the follow-up, right?
Yeah, that's our biggest thing. Our biggest thing I pride ourselves on is communication. I'm here to solve a problem for you, and that's what we want to do. The only way for us to solve the problem is to know exactly where the problem is and what's going on in the home. We can go in there and look around and give all these suggestions, but who's there all the time? Yeah. It's you guys. Yeah. We're not at your home all the time. Kim's got a great house. I'd love to be there more, but hey.
It's true. And so I know on a lot of our paperwork, when we reference what you guys do, it's all about termites and dry rot, basically wood destroying organisms. Do you guys cover other stuff like rodents, other kinds of pests?
Yeah, so we actually are one of the few companies that cover a wide range. Not only do we cover the termites, wood damaging organisms, fungus, dry rot, you get into our pest control side, we cover ants, cockroaches, fleas, silverfish. Not only for just the house, but we can also do it because we're licensed to do it in the yard as well. So we went through and got ag licensing, and then that leads us into being able to do trees, weeds, everything you need for your home. We've even dabbled in gutter cleaning before, cleaning up gutters, because everything derives from pests.
Yeah.
If you have something that's wet, dark, you're going to have pests hiding in there. Stacks of firewood on the side of your house is going to be a harborage for spiders. Everything just turns into pest control. So we really broadened our horizons with all the services we can do to help eliminate pests better.
Okay, weird question. What's a silverfish?
What?
I don't know what that is.
They're fat little.
Yeah, they're very hard to explain. They have a bunch of feelers on them, kind of that stick out.
Oh, weird.
They're mostly in houses.
Oh, they're gray silver.
Yeah.
I actually haven't seen one in my house.
I've seen maybe one in the 5 years I've been doing it.
Really?
I haven't seen too many.
So that's why I don't really know about it, because they're not super common.
Oh, what's so creepy is the house centipede. I think that's what we call them anyways. They're this big. They have a kabillion legs.
Yep.
Oh my God.
My house growing up, we had centipedes one time. And did I hear something weird? They mate for life or something? And so if you get
that was about me. I don't know.
This might just be a wives' tale, but it's if you find 2 centipedes, you've got to get rid of them both, because if you get rid of one, they'll be able to smell you and they'll come bite you while you're sleeping. Oh, that's what I was told.
I haven't heard that one, but I may look into that. That's what you need to.
You're talking about a real centipede, the creaky.
Oh, that's a normal one.
Yeah, the house centipede is pretty harmless.
Yeah. Okay, no, because. Yeah, maybe my dad told me that. My mom told me. They're you got to get rid of them all.
Yeah, no, when you get into the reproduction of pests in general, they all reproduce different ways.
Okay.
2 weeks to sometimes 4 weeks, sometimes even longer in other pests. Bed bugs hatch out every 2 weeks.
Okay.
So, cockroaches, when they hatch out, they normally carry 20 to 40, depending on the type of roach it is. So your infestation can go from very minimal to very high.
Explosive.
Yeah.
If you don't take care of the problem right away.
Yeah. That's where I tell my teenage boys, cannot leave food in your room.
No.
Oh, that's the best one. Every time we walk into a house, they go, I apologize. My son or daughter is messy. hey, we get it. We'll tell you what to do to help us out on your end.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people think pest control is this, I have a miracle spray that you can destroy everything. It's more of a companionship that you build with the customer to tell them, because you have to educate your customer on what's going on with the house. Mm-hmm. If you keep bringing all this stuff in for them to be able to live and harborage in, we're going to have a harder time keeping up with them and controlling them. You know, I like to think of it as pest control. You control them.
That's why it's called.
So you have to turn around and help them understand, hey, this stuff is causing the problem.
Yeah.
We need to remove this stuff to get rid of the problem. Just like if you take your car out and you're driving over nails all day long and your mechanic's like, hey, stop driving over the nails so I can fix your car.
Why are my tires off?
Well, you know, it's something simple like that.
Okay.
It can be anything from, like she said, boys leaving sticky candies or sodas in their room, and the ants come out and find that's the whole goal.
They do.
They're very good at that.
Is there usually like a root cause to like when you go on site? Like, is there ever been a time you're like, oh, well, I know what's going on here?
For cockroaches, I've had a couple. So cockroaches they will eat each other.
Oh,
what?
Yeah, they're
like
not technically like carnivores, but they will eat each other if they're low on the food source.
It's like cannibalized to keep the colony alive.
To keep going. So if you're out cleaning up after our treatments and we're killing all these roaches and you just leave all the dead ones there, you're still leaving a food source.
Oh, wow.
So you have to really get down and clean everything, make sure there's no grease. A lot of people think, you know, the grease around their ovens and stuff, that's an automatic food source. Just like restaurants. If restaurants have dirty areas where it's just grease, they may not be dirty, but just grease, that's free food. You're laying a buffet out for roaches and all pets.
I didn't even think about that.
No, it's the very simple things. And that's why I tell people, like, hey, we're going to work together on this problem. If I see anything you have wrong now, honestly, 90% of households that I go to don't really have any big shout out problems that you're like, oh my God, this is why.
Yeah.
It's the rare ones that you walk into. You're like, okay, I understand your trash is maybe overflowing. You have bottles everywhere. Your doors are wide open all day long. You live in the middle of an orchard.
Yeah.
There's probably something you could have done before you called me, kind of thing.
Yeah. But most of the time, if you talk to a lot of people that don't have pest control, they'll be like, oh, well, you know, I've never really had a problem. Yeah, they maintained it on their own because it's little things and they clean up right away and they kill whatever's coming through.
So it's all about good habits, basically.
Yeah, basically. As long as you keep everything clean, up to date, that's going to be able to take care of a lot of stuff. My thing is a maintenance. I refer to myself as an insurance company. Okay. We all carry insurance every day, right? For our cars, our homes. Do you use your insurance every day?
Very rarely, hopefully.
But when you need it, you'd rather have it, right? Than all of a sudden have to try and call them and explain what happened. They're like, yeah, we're not going to cover you. I like to do it. You want to have us all the time, so we're there for you to call.
Yeah.
The moment you have a problem, you call us. We come out. We do free extra services with our general pest control. So if something pops up in between your services, if you're on like a bi-monthly program or anything, you give our office a call. They get you on schedule. We come out free of charge to take care of whatever little issue you're having, whether it be a couple ants in the kitchen, some on the back patio, you know, maybe a spider popped up or so. We come take care of that free for you guys. Right. That's just what we like to do. Better helps the community for everything. All these other companies like to overcharge on everything. And we're not that way.
Nickel and dime. But you guys don't? Okay.
I know another service that you haven't mentioned is that you, and I don't know the right word, but you guys like get rid of bats.
Yes, we do bats and pigeons as well.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I heard that's pretty uncommon for a pest control company.
Yeah, not many people do them. Couple competitors do, but not a lot of people like to do it.
Yeah.
It can turn into a problem if you're not careful, because a lot of the little bats we have in the area, they get behind siding.
Oh, man.
They get behind everything very quickly.
And they can squeeze into an area like.
They can squeeze in a pretty small area.
Yeah, even if it's an inch high is what I had heard once.
Yeah, it's really small. Just, you know, rodents. A mice can squeeze the size of a dime. A rat can go the size of a quarter.
What? Oh my.
So anything on your house, you see it, seal it up. Yeah, no, everybody gets it. I've done my best one is when I do bed bug inspections for people. All of them will be walking around. We'll be walking around in there, and they go, "I'm getting itchy." I'm like, "Yeah, it's venom itch. You'll get it." People start getting weird about it.
Oh yeah,
and they're gonna crawl on you, and anything like that happens. But it's normally not a big thing.
Yeah, I know it's definitely like I see a bug and I get a phantom itch. I'm like, calm down. You're probably fine.
Yeah.
So, since we're the Realtor Diaries, we like stories and wanting to know, well, like one story that I remember when we were in the networking group together, we met at noon is when every Thursday. And, one time I remember you had to get up and leave out of the meeting for an emergency call. And then I'm going to find out you had to go pick up some raccoons from somewhere and then go release them into the.
Yep, relocate them in a different area.
Relocate.
I didn't know that relocate.
We don't take care of them in the other way. We just relocate them, find them a spot, relocate them. But yeah, we do offer some live trapping. Skunks, raccoons, mainly the ones that are going to destroy anything around the house.
Okay. Yeah.
A lot of times they go in for grass. They're just looking for a spot to hang out.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's all it is. But yeah, that one was fun because we had set a trap and we pride ourselves again on being there quickly to get the animal out of the cage.
Yeah.
We don't want the animal sitting there any longer than they have to. So
absolutely.
I got the call and I was like, hey, sorry, I got to go. I got to go get a raccoon right now.
We're like,
and took off up the street and she was around the corner and I took off over there, grabbed the raccoon, got it out as quickly as I could out of the cage. Yeah. So we make sure they're fine because it's a stressful time for the animal that's in the cage.
Yeah.
Just like anybody's dog that you have when you put them in their kennel for the night, they're stressed, they're overwhelmed. We don't want that. Our job is not there to hurt them. We just want to take them away from where they're trying to be.
Yeah.
And then we'll reset the cage and make sure anything else is there.
Good stuff.
So have you ever had a raccoon jump on you like in the movie Elf?
No, thank goodness, not yet. I was terrified at first though when they came through. I was like, what are you doing? I had one look at me though. I opened the cage and he kind of came out and looked up at me. I was like, you better not think about it.
Keep
going.
Keep going.
You're not staying.
Yeah, you either have a bolter or the ones that kind of like take off like, I don't know what you're trying to do here. And they'll kind of like pit her off. And then once they get out of the cage, they bolt. I was like, yeah, I was scared. Skunk is the one that I'm worried about. Those ones.
Have you done skunks before?
I've put traps for them. I haven't got one yet. They normally end up leaving the moment I put the trap down there. So they take off somewhere else.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
We'd know that's a trap somehow.
Some of them maybe.
Like they house you, you're after them.
Have you or any of your guys gotten sprayed by a skunk?
I think years ago we had a couple of technicians get sprayed before my time, and I think they got sprayed because they didn't set up their cage properly.
Yeah.
Because we have to put a protective layer around it, so when you go to pick up the cage, they're not just spraying.
Yeah.
Because they're already scared, they're gonna start spraying.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine trying to catch a skunk. Like, because you smell it on the road sometimes, and like it's pungent.
What's crazy is some people have raccoons and skunks as pets now.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot online.
Actually, I don't think it's anything new. I just think now people put it online. I'm sure.
Yeah,
you're on
it. Don't want a raccoon as a pet. I'm good with my guess. No, I'm good. They are entertaining though. One of my technicians picked up on, and the raccoon was sticking his hands through his cage trying to grab his stuff.
Oh, how!
And he was like, "Get your grubby little hands off my stuff! Please go back inside." And you're still like looking at him trying to grab his stuff. And he's like,
oddly curious.
Yeah,
that's cute.
So they always want to mess with stuff.
So, I mean, probably never happened, but any like pests fighting back? Any aggressive pests?
Okay,
really?
I did have one rodent. It was a random call. We don't normally do something like this. Mm-hmm. But again, we're here to help. So we'll take on just about any job we can if we think we can help.
There you go.
A lady was getting her kitchen remodeled. She calls us and goes, hey, I have a rat in my kitchen.
Oh,
and we're like, okay,
okay,
cool. We had just signed her up. We'd maybe done one service for her. And she goes, hey, I have a rat in my kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
Said, okay, cool. They called me and said, hey, she has a live rat in her kitchen. I was like, what do you mean? Like it's just running around randomly? She goes, no, they have it trapped right now and they want you to come get it.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, okay, I'll head over there.
Like how?
And I walk in there and they have their construction crew and then they're like, it's right here. And I'm like,
what was it, under a bucket or something?
No, it was the bottom shelving of their cabinet. They were pulling everything out. They had everything else pulled out. It was one piece left. They're like, it's still in there, but the moment we start moving anything, it's going to run out. Turned into a full Tom and Jerry moment.
Of course.
It was the funniest thing I've ever done. The lady was super excited that we were able to catch the rodent and get it out of the home. But literally, they start cutting it. We have boxes. The other guy has a broom.
Really
we're getting ready to like try and catch this rodent. Now, some rats are very, very athletic.
Yeah.
Like extremely athletic. Like I think they do rats.
Athletic.
Funny
That's
word
a way
for
to
a
describe
rat.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you have two rats. You have like a roof rat, and then you have a Norwegian rat.
Okay.
Well, the Norwegian's normally more of like a chunkier build, slower type thing. But roof rat's more athletic and
like
slimmer build type.
They can do like triple axle twists.
Basically, that's what he did in the
Jump
kitchen.
really high.
That's what he did in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So he starts cutting. They get the rodent to come out. We go to get him in the box. We almost get him. He jumps over the box, hits the corner, turns around the thing. We both go right around the corner. Yeah, he's
like parkour
full speed, just hitting walls,
Yeah.
jumping sideways.
Oh my god.
The guy finally gets him, kicks him over, and all of a sudden we get him in the box, and we're like, okay, because we got him on a dustpan, put him in the box. And we're like, okay, we need to try and seal the box all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he has the dustpan in there, so we go to take it out. Next thing we know, the rat completely jumps up, kind of frightens us because it hit the box so hard. So we kind of like backed up real quick, and next thing you know, he jumps out of the box, like used it as a springboard almost.
Oh wow.
Goes flying over the countertop into the other side. So we run back over there, start chasing around the kitchen again. Finally, he just runs randomly into a spot, and we threw the box in it, and we taped it up, put some air holes in it, and we took him out. Yeah, if you played music to it, it would have been cool. Me and the construction guys are in there kind of laughing.
Oh man.
They had like a plastic thing set up because they're doing construction sites, so she could kind of see it, and she was just so grateful for it. And that's what made me happy about it, is just how grateful she was that we were able to get it.
Oh yeah.
Because most people are like, oh, we can set the traps or we can do bait sessions for you. You know, we're out there actually wrangling a
There you go.
corner. So.
I like her like, yeah, there's this one rodent.
There's a serious.
Jerry the
Yeah, that was probably the only one that actually fought back and he gave me some problems.
Yeah. Okay.
Good
That's
story.
crazy.
Good story. Oh well. Let's hear one more story. Do you have any creepy story? Did anybody ever get covered in ants or anything?
I had one of my inspectors one time go through, they were doing an inspection for a realtor. Correction, I think it was a regular homeowner, and he was doing his termite inspection because we do offer a free limited termite inspection for our pest customers.
Oh, awesome.
So they get a free termite inspection limited every year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really just upkeep on the home to be able to say, oh, hey, nothing's going on yet, or hey, all of a sudden you're having some issues going on. We need to get this addressed.
I recommend people do that.
Oh, 100%. Especially if it's free. It's normally, I mean, you guys are realtors. They normally run anywhere from $175 to $250 for an inspection.
Yeah.
You know, but they went to go crawl into our house, and something had moved, and he was actually training a new guy on inspections. Something moved up there, and next thing they know, it was raining fleas.
Oh,
and they're in the suburbs, so you can't get up and run.
Yeah,
you're just
under the house,
spitting, doing it. You got to run it out of there. They got coated head to toe in fleas.
Oh, of course.
Fleas too.
Oh, yeah.
That's awful.
So they literally had to go outside, and they started taking off their crawl suits and trying to like dust out their hair, and, like, picking them off each other. And I was like, I feel so bad for you guys.
Yeah. Of course, when you're training a new guy too, it's gotta be. It's always something.
But they both got covered because he was right behind him. So it landed on the first guy, and they just scattered everywhere.
Dang.
Is that new guy still working for you?
Yeah. He didn't scare him off.
That's good.
I was like, well, your day was interesting, right?
Yeah.
It was never boring.
Exciting job.
Exactly. Hose me down with gasoline. Oh, that's pretty bad. Well, Jake, thank you so much for being on the podcast with us.
Sharing.
And
yeah, no problem.
if you guys do not have pest control already, we highly recommend Hunter's Pest Control.
Absolutely.
Yep. Family owned and operated for over 26 years now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And now it's time for the news. So
Today's topic is obviously pest work.
Pest inspections.
Yeah, I mean,
Pest inspector.
I loved Jake's stories and stuff, and I figured, like, when we were talking, we'd get into like more than nitty-gritty here with the news.
Yes, yeah, it's the perfect podcast to have a news segment on because there's a lot of educational pieces to share with you.
Yeah, and we're starting with the the document you'd be seeing if you got a pest report, the pest report, the inspection report.
Yeah, and people commonly think like a pest inspection can be done by the person who comes and sprays their house every 2 months. It depends.
Yes.
Some pest and what is that called? Pest treatment.
Yes.
companies are also licensed to do real estate pest inspection.
Yep. Specifically like wood destroying organism
That's right.
inspections.
Wood destroying. Yep.
And some are not certified at all or only certified to treat problems.
That's right.
And not necessarily identify them.
Yeah.
Kind of like how, what is it? A doctor can diagnose, but a nurse can only help treat. Similar.
Yes. So on the report, we're talking about the report first?
Yeah.
Okay. So the main focus, like you just said, is you're looking for visible wood-destroying pests or organisms.
Yep.
Or conditions that are conducive to an infestation.
And we'll talk about the separation real quick.
But organisms can also include fungus and dry rot.
Yes.
So not necessarily just a bug, but like microscopic.
And those are kind of like the two main ones, which is which is termites themselves, and then fungus, which it has the name of dry rot. And now those are separated into section 1, which is, remind me, active infestation.
Active infestation or infection.
And then section 2 is something that might become an active infestation in the future.
So like the inspector's there, the inspector sees little termite tunnels and even sees little bugs. That would be section 1 item. Like
first
it needs to be treated.
Yep.
Yeah.
First ever, I was like, oh, well.
Yep.
It didn't break apart the deal, but it was a big deal.
Yes. Yeah. Termites are so common
in
our area and up here in Northern California. But yeah, section 2 is like, okay, one of the ones that I see on the most commonly on these reports are, let's say you got your house and outside there's the flower beds, right?
They're too close.
So the dirt in the flower bed is right up against the house. Well, termites, the dirt ones, live in the dirt. And so if your house siding is made of wood and that wood goes all the way down and the flower bed dirt is touching that wood, that's going to be a section 2 item.
Wood to soil contact.
That's right.
Yep. And you've actually told me about clients who are pretty savvy and they had like, well, either 6 inches or a foot of like gravel or concrete like around the rim of their house.
That's right.
That's how you defend against these
critters. You dig the dirt down until you see that concrete foundation wall, and then you fill that area with pebbles or
and there's other section 2 items, like if they notice a water stain in the bathroom or some, I think I've seen called like a loose toilet.
Loose toilets, because those will eventually leak
one day. Yeah. And so there's a number of things that could be on section 2, and while we're worried about those, we're really worried about section 1 items.
Yeah, section 2, like some home buyers are like, seller, you got to fix that, because that's an issue. It's a maintenance issue. But, and some lenders require section 1 and section 2, but most lenders don't. Like conventional loans don't require that. Even FHA loans don't require it. But I would say one of the most often negotiated fix repairs is on this pest report.
One of,
Yeah.
And so probably up there with the roof.
Roof, yeah. I was going to say with the sides of the roof.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, okay, we've talked about the inspection report. Now, I know you have a sheet there talking about termites specifically.
Yeah. Yeah, because termites are, like some people even call it, instead of a pest inspection, they call it a termite inspection.
Very often.
Even though the inspector's not just looking for termites. So I was just going to talk about the 2 main categories of treatment for subterranean termites, as they're the most common and the most damaging. So subterranean, meaning they live in the dirt. A licensed professional will apply, this is the liquid soil applied barrier. This is the conventional treatment. So a licensed professional will apply a liquid termiticide.
Nice. Good word.
Termiticide to the soil around and often beneath the home's foundation to create a continuous chemical barrier. The goal to prevent termites in the soil from reaching the wooden structure of the home. Modern products are often non-repellent, meaning termites unknowingly pass through the treated zone and then carry the product back to their colony, leading to colony elimination.
Seems good for us.
Yeah. And most of the time, the pest control company will have a service where they can do that.
Yep.
I've known people to be able to somehow order this chemical online and get it, but it's supposedly not available unless you are a licensed pesticide.
Like some sort of contract?
Yes.
Okay.
That's correct. So
I mean, I've also heard of people, acquiring
they acquire it.
their solution.
Right. But yeah, we recommend having someone who is a professional, a licensed to do it because termites are no joke.
Yep. Especially if you can have the same people who inspected your house treat it, that can be really helpful.
Yeah. Well, then Jake, his company offers, if you are one of his customers, they offer once a year free termite inspections.
Yeah, which is kind of awesome.
I know. The other kind of termite for subterranean termite treatment is called termite bait system. And monitoring stations are placed in the ground around the perimeter of the home. And when termites are detected, the monitoring material is then replaced by a person with a bait containing a slow-acting insecticide. And the goal is for the termites to feed on the bait, share it with their colony, and disrupt the growth cycle. It's less invasive, and it's an ongoing maintenance approach.
And you'll have to correct me, but so those two are like kind of the typical ones we see like in our community, like the way they do it. But do we ever see like the house getting tarped and like poison getting ran through the whole place?
I have.
Really?
Not on my exact street where I live, but on a connecting street, one of the houses was tented.
Totally fumigated.
And that was because they have drywood termites, meaning the termites had gone up into the house and were eating in the walls.
That's such a nightmare.
Yeah.
Because I can't even imagine the expense that would cause just like because they're in the structure of your home.
Well, first you have to kill the bugs.
Yep.
Fumigating, tenting, and then you have to remove all the wood that they ate and put new wood back, and often sheetrock and insulation and whatever else. But
real sections of your house.
Yeah, I just remember years and years ago when I was very young, we were fortunate to have our first house, and we're sitting there in our living room watching TV, and all of a sudden I see this fluttering come through my living room, and out the wall, this little pinhole came these little flying ants.
What?
Termites. Termites had been living in our wall, and so my ex-husband at the time, not that very moment, but the next day, he cut open a portion of the drywall, and sure enough, that whole wall was filled with termites.
That's awful.
Yeah, so he removed the drywall until he didn't see termites anymore, and removed all the wood with the termites and put all new wood in. And then we went outside, and in that section of the house, he put the bug dope.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
it
was very traumatic.
Yeah, no,
you're like sitting there and watching TV, and all of a sudden, I mean, it's one thing to see a fly in your house, right? Or like a moth or a spider, but a colony of flying ants, which is your yeah.
Yeah, no, I
was like, what is that? What is that?
It's terrible. Oh my gosh, I hate seeing things skitter around corners. I can't imagine they're in the walls.
I can imagine you'd probably be up on the couch going,
May or may not have ever happened, okay?
Yes. All right, what bugs are you talking about? Or no, you're not talking about bugs. You're going to talk to us about
fungi.
Fungi. Dry rot repair. Let's finish one of your things.
Yes. So it's a bit of a misnomer. Dry rot is actually caused by fungus that really likes wet places.
Moisture. And it should be called wet rot.
Yeah, because like the inciting incident for the rot is the area getting wet. So the thing right here, it says a wood moisture content of above 20%. And so some kind of leak or weather or something that caused water to soak into the wood And that's kind of
and then those little microscopic funguses start to grow.
They love it.
Yeah.
It's their favorite place to be. And I mean, really, the way to get rid of it is first figure out why it happened. Like why is there water in your siding? Well, I mean, it's either coming from inside or outside.
Right. So like when it rains, are your gutters not stopping the rain? Do you have gutters?
In some places in Paradise, I've seen where like basically like the neighborhood's on a hill, but like one neighbor kind of cut out of the hill, and so the water runs on the side of their house. If anything ever plugs up, if anything got there, it just pools on the side of their house, and then spring comes and the water evaporates and the fungus grows, and summer comes, everything dries out.
Yeah.
And then they go to sell and their siding is peeling off just by on its own. That's really, I mean, usually they're not that big. Of course, I was describing something I've seen, but usually it's like small spots that have happened over time. Totally typical.
Corner of the door leading to the garage, or
they'll ease under the roof,
the windowsill
too. Yep, absolutely.
Around the toilet in the subfloor because the toilet is left to be loose too long and then leaked and soaked in. And
that's why they mentioned it on the report.
Yeah.
And so hopefully you can stop the water intrusion, and then the way to fix it is you have to replace it. You remove the infected wood, and then usually you'll spray like a fungicide, some kind of poison. It's kind of how we deal with pests.
Yeah.
And then a contractor will come in and restore the wood, hopefully to original condition.
Yeah.
Or better.
Put a new scab in there.
Yep. Something just to fix it up. It's like a functionally simple thing to deal with, but it can be pretty destructive if you don't catch it.
Yeah. And it's, one thing that when we're in escrow helping a buyer to buy a house, and they get that pest inspection report back and it says dry rot, they're not really sure, like, is this something that needs to be done right now or else the house is going to fall down next month? Or is this something that like maybe in a year or 2 or 4 months or, we can deal with it? Then dry rot is not like that fast. It's not like one day you don't have it and then the next day the house is falling down. It's not that fast.
Exactly.
But it is serious. It should be taken seriously.
Yeah, because even if it isn't, like you said, causing your house to fall down today, if like you didn't like have someone go in and inspect it further or deal with it correctly,
it's going to kind of slowly grow and eat more and more wood.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Like with our house, our roof, that roof was probably 30 years old, and the raptor tails, that stick out, almost every single one of them had rotted over the years.
I believe it.
Because there were no gutters. And so the cost to replace our roof was that much more because we also had to replace
every single eave.
Raptor tails. Yeah. Yep. So
anyway, pests, problems, they're really important to take care of.
Yes.
But also, I mean, as Jake pointed out, they can be kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
I know. And so, I mean, I hope you got some good tips out of this and hope you understand the pest world a little more and can take care in your next real estate related thing.
That's right. Well said.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we'll catch you on the next podcast. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.